Late Night with the Devil is the kind of horror movie that plays just as well with a group of friends huddled around a TV as in a crowded theatre. Welcome to Furthy's Feedback, folks. So, Late Night with the Devil should feel familiar. Horror relies on familiar forms perhaps more than most genres, to the extent that when I say this movie is a combination of possession, occult, and found footage, you can already picture it pretty clearly, and you wouldn't be far off either. But one of the great things about horror is that it's familiar until it suddenly isn't. No matter how stale a scenario or monster or format seems, through the right filmmaker's lens, it can feel like invention. If it doesn't quite make what's old feel new again, Late Night with the Devil gets excitingly close. Cameron and Colin Cairns, the Australian siblings who wrote, directed, and edited this film together, have carefully crafted our journey through its 93-minute runtime. They've laid a fun, scary premise over a character driven drama about a talk show host desperate to emerge from Johnny Carson's shadow and wrap that in an immersive precision of their 70s found footage framework. It's easy to imagine a version of this film without the horror elements being just as compelling. That's a decided strength and something that might have tripped up other movies with a similar structure. The first few minutes fill us on the context, documentary style, and promise the long lost master tape we're about to see builds to something truly shocking. Our desire for payoff is virtually guaranteed to keep our attention from then on. A lesser film might have coasted on that, devoting all its resources to drip feeding us clues. This one, even if it does drop us the occasional puzzle piece, lets no moment be uninteresting. It's hard to single anything out to credit for that because everything works so well in concert, but arguably the most important factor is the way Late Night with the Devil handles the talk show's commercial breaks. The behind the scenes footage of these brief stretches between segments in which host Jack Delroy talks to his sidekick Gus, his bullish producer Leo Fisk, and various guests create a wonderful tension between reality and performance. The dialogue and acting quickly establishes layers to each relationship that then simmer beneath the characters' on camera exchanges. These scenes are when Jack really gets to shine. Jack has an easy, slick stage presence and a range of emotions hidden underneath. But unlike the other characters, there's a falseness to him that never quite falls away. He's different with the camera off, but not in the way you'd expect from someone in a make or break situation. His emotions flicker over an odd calmness, his behavior is mutable in a way that feels manipulative. His emotions flicker over an odd calmness, his behavior is mutable in a way that feels manipulative. It's a performance that proves the Cairnses were right to cast Darth Malchian as their movie's fulcrum. I don't highlight Late Night with the Devil's strong foundation to suggest horror comes second for it, quite the opposite. It's easy to just enjoy the ride of this movie, but look back at it more critically, and you'll see how every creative choice was designed to set, manage, meet, and subvert our expectations for the finale. Subgenres are winkily signposted. When supposedly possessed cult survivor Lily is introduced with Dr. June Ross Mitchell, her parapsychologist handler, we have an idea where things will go. The 70s aesthetic also sets expectations for how it will look effects-wise. But the question really driving us, and indeed the fictional documentary we're watching, is what actually happened that night? As an audience, we go in wanting to see, the film makes us want to understand. The performance reality question explored in the character work bleeds over to the plot, and the directors sow doubt all across the movie. Firstly, though, the fact that we're watching a horror movie inclines us to believe in the supernatural. The found footage device is embraced so fully that Late Night with the Devil always keeps one foot in the real world. Overall, It's smart, cynical, and at times devilishly funny. The film delivers a crackle of disruptive static to the demonic possession genre. The finale is set for a live attempt to commune with the devil, but first, a message from our sponsor.